And not every one of my device, like my laptop.
Yeah, like what do I do with that?
Yeah.
And it is
Well, for you highfalutin people that have the brand new MacBook Pro, you got USB-C
Highfalutin.
coming out the yin yang.
No, I'm still. You see how many hard drives are? You ever look in that nook over there and how many hard drives are back there?
But at least you could do. You're gonna plug. I guess my point is, the hard drives you're not gonna just plug into a wall charger.
No,
You obviously have to plug them into a PC.
No, it's different. Yeah,
and you can do a USB-C to USB-A hub with like 4 or 5.
The problem is like there's too many of them, and I don't have enough power to plug in like more of the self-powered ones, or I guess not self-powered, the USB-powered ones. I'm having a problem with that. So I have like 2 drives that kind of float, and I plug them in every once in a while so they can sync with backup and check in with it, so they don't disappear from the backup. So I need to get like a bigger or more of a hub or something, or
a powered hub.
It's just like everything's daisy chained off of one USB over there, basically. And then I have another one branched off, and that's where we plug the one iPad in. And then I've been trying to plug the other iPad in. And Sidecar, maybe because I was rendering stuff at the time, but it did not work very well. So we'll see how that goes. My adventures in macOS Catalina, Chilla.
You got it.
Yeah, and
by accident.
I had to recreate my workflow for video production.
Well, that's good.
No, it was not good.
It's time for a refresh.
Hey, everything glitches when I import it from a camera. Something similar happened 2 years ago with Final Cut and a Mac OS update, to the point, and it lasted so long. I was taking the MTS files off when we were traveling for SAE. I would have to let it sit there. Because when you import an MTS file into Final Cut, it will not work. Like, it will bog down the system no matter how fast a computer you have. I don't believe it'll work, because I think I tried it once since I got the newer laptop. And you have to let it sit there, create proxy media, transcode basically the entire project before you can start functioning. And let's say that was like 2 years ago. This is a thing that happens. Like I said, I think this happens probably with Premiere too. You know, depending on what you have. Like, if you have certain formats, every once in a while they're going to break stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, that just goes with it. But I think it's a Catalina thing, because it didn't happen. Final Cut's been crashing more often since the last update. And then I was like, well, maybe if I go to Catalina, it'll stop crashing as much. It crashes a little bit less, but all my videos messed up. So
is that what made you actually go to Catalina?
The crashing, that was the last, like, maybe it will fix this, and then it caused a bigger problem. So, and I was pretty confident. I worked myself out of a workflow with software that I knew wasn't going to update, some video conversion software. I mean, I have other conversion software, just I liked how it did its thing. Mm-hmm. So that was, like, kind of the last thing. That and going into Steam and going from, I have 14 games on my computer to I have 4. So, and when you look at the list of compatible, like, it gives you the compatible with that operating system, it's very short. It's very, very short. So, hey, let's do a show.
A show about
nothing. Here I go again on my own. Let's see.
USB-C ports coming out the yin yang.
Out the yin yang.
How is this?
What?
Witchcraft.
Yeah, basically. I don't have the video up. For some reason, it's still playing off the iPad. So I just turned the volume down to solve that.
Still making wrestling jokes. We drafted Bardic Mystery Tour in AwesomeCast, and we're going to have a podcast Survivor Series, Chilla. All right. We often pull the entire network into our metaphors on the wrestling shows. All right. Hey guys, it's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast, episode 469. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studio in Beachview neighborhood in Pittsburgh, PA. On this election day 2019, I voted. I got a sticker. That's my awesome thing of the week. They got me a sticker. We never get stickers. Look at that. I voted. It's a visual. If you're on an audio podcast, you're like, what the hell? Yeah, that's right. That's how we roll. But anyways, we're ready to talk tech, get geeky here in the studio. Producer Missy is here already giving me dirty looks and telling me not to talk so she doesn't type when I talk. It's weird. Also, I didn't hit record, so we need to start over again.
Oh, no.
That was a good one, too. There's a lot happening. I have to get re-excited about my sticker. That's not hard.
I didn't get a sticker.
All right, try it again. It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast 469 intro take 2. We hit record this time. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter at Sorgatron Media Studios in the Beachview neighborhood of Pittsburgh, PA, where it was Election Day 2019, and I got a sticker. That is my awesome thing of the week. I'm just going to jump right into it because they have not had stickers in like the 15 years that I've been here in this neighborhood. So I'm very excited for my voted sticker. Sorry, audio listeners. But anyways... we have the crew in with us. Back in the studio is the gadget guru over at Big Bank International. It is John Chichilla.
I did not get a sticker today, but I bet you if I dig through enough of boxes at home, I bet you I still have some Get Glue stickers laying around.
I did definitely have Get Glue stickers around. Like I found like a sheet of them. I'm like, oh, I didn't use these House MD stickers. I didn't use these Thor Dark World stickers. What's up with that?
I still miss Get Glue.
Get Glue. It was an app, and you checked in on shows that you watched, before we did it on Facebook, and they would send you stickers eventually of shows that you checked in.
Yeah, I think
on.
it was like, what would it have been, like 25 shows or something like that. But they had different. You could also get like different stickers for the same
for
show.
special events and things like that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome.
I had an Attack of the Show sticker.
Attack of the Show sticker. Nice. Also, Brian Crawford with us with pghmuseums.org.
Yeah, and I didn't get a sticker either, and I was really, really upset about it. But you can brighten my day and raise my spirits by voting for pghmuseums.org by going to our website.
There you go.
And clicking buy a ticket to our launch party. Vote for pghmuseums.org, and that'll cheer me up for my lack of
Fantastic.
sticker.
Are there stickers at the party?
There won't be, no.
No,
No stickers.
No stickers, but you'll get two drinks.
Oh, he's got a
included
lot
with your
going
ticket.
on. You're gonna get
You'll get a free fossil to take home. That's better than a sticker.
Can I trade in
Yeah.
my fossil for a sticker?
Yeah.
Well,
Can
on the
you trade
on the
black-
Pittsburgh night market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you got to be the first 60 people to buy a ticket. So if you're not there.
There you go. Joining us, we'll talk more about PGH Museums, of course, and there's a lot of techie to get into here. But of course, this is the AwesomeCast. Please check out everything at AwesomeCast.com, where you can check out this and past episodes. Our awesome chats are up there as well. A lot of great conversations we've had over the years since 2010 when we got the ball rolling with this show. Ooh, coming up on our 10th anniversary. We need to do something about that next year.
That's
Go
wild.
check that out. Subscribe to the show on your podcast formats. And of course, video versions on Facebook and YouTube. You can hit us up, email at awesomecast@sorgatronmedia.com. Tweet us at awesomecast. Like I said, follow us on the Facebook page. And we have a wonderful AwesomeCast Facebook group. A lot of great conversation. We have a few stories in the rundown that you guys in the group actually had submitted. So we'll have those online as well. Also, of course, please ask we're in the future now. Ask your voice thing to play the AwesomeCast, your Google Home, your Amazon Echo, your Apple HomePod, all connected to the podcast universe. And of course, we're here every Tuesday on Facebook Live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Several other formats as well that we do go out to. But of course, the Facebook Live is where we are paying attention to the conversation in the chat room, and we can say hi to you guys out there, like Brandon out in the Kansas City, like Dave Ponder, Tiny Shutter Podcast. And I see a bunch of people jumping in here tonight. So what's up, everybody? What's up, you Jagoff? I see you out there in the chat room too. The great You Jagoff Podcast. And also, wait, where are we at in the rundown? Hello, if you're catching us later or one of the other outlets, please, if you have some comments, you want to tell us how we're wrong about Star Trek, well, you have to get on the Patreon for that. Just want to tell us any of that stuff. Tweet us at AwesomeCast with the hashtag AC469. And also thank you to our audio partners, our friends at the 405media.com that are carrying us 5 days a week over there, and our friends at Post Industrial Audio. They're helping us out, and you guys heard an ad before the show. If you're on any of the feeds afterwards, thank you to them for helping us out with that and help expand the AwesomeCast universe. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. over at patreon.com/awesomecast so we can get Chilla some cough medicine. At the Coffee Club $5 level, you guys are going to get a very heated Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek versus Star Wars conversation that Brian, Chilla, and myself had that will be exclusive to you guys. We didn't stream it or anything. It's captured, and that's going to be up there. You guys are going to get that here later this week. But thank you, everybody, at the $5 Coffee Club level. Our friends Matt Muller, John Diggy DeGore, and John Carmen. And at the Fan of the Show dollar level, the longest-running Patreon supporter, Dutter's favorite Fedor, Michael Fedor, and, of course, new! We need a bell or something. Brian with pghmuseums.org is now a part of the you put your money where your mouth is with the show, right? you voted.
I voted.
You
yes.
voted for the Awesome Cast.
I did. I voted for it. I'm here. Right.
He's here. He put in for it, and I really
got some
appreciate
gadgets
that.
with me.
Got some gadgets with him, and we'll get into those here. So it is time for the awesome thing of the week. Let's. Oh, wait. We got it. We got an incoming going on here. Oh no, I do have a button.
That was easy.
Ha ha! We do have a big red button. Welcome to the show.
That was easy.
All right, Brian Crawford, as a new Patreon supporter, you go first in the awesome thing of the week, and I know you have props over there.
You want me to go with the gadget then?
Yes,
We'll
go with the gadget. Let's go with the gadget.
Okay, so I got this really great wireless microphone set, and I was looking for something that I could use on the road to do interviews and things like that, and I wanted something that I didn't have to be tied down to a plug, because with the new project pghmuseums.org, everything we do is on location for the most part. So I needed something, so I got this device. It's a wireless headset. Here's the box here. It's called Hotech is the name of the brand. And what's great about it is there's one receiver for two microphones. This receiver just plugs right into a 1/4-inch slot, and I just plug it right into my Zoom recorder. So again, I'm completely mobile. The Zoom recorder is battery run. These are all wireless battery run, like rechargeable battery run, so which is nice. And it comes with two little receivers. They're nice and small, very sleek looking as well. They clip right onto your belt. And you plug in a microphone right at the top, and they give you two options for each one of the receivers as to what type of microphone you're going to use. One of them is a simple lapel mic, and what's nice is when you plug it in, you can actually twist it on to make sure that it's secure and it's not going to pop out if someone moves their arm or something like that. The other option is one that goes over the head, and you can use that, say, like if you're like, I don't know, like I was interviewing Jaime Guerrero from the Pittsburgh Glass Center, and I was behind the camera, so I'm using my hands for camera work, so I was able to just put that right around my head, and it made it a lot easier, whereas he wore the lapel mic because he was on camera. So it's really, really nice. It works really well. It sounds pretty decent. If you've listened to any of the two videos that we put out, whether it be the Ton Pottery video at PGH Museums on our Facebook page, or whether it be the one from Jaime, you'll notice that the audio is not too bad, and it came from these microphones. So I'm really happy with it. $80 I think is what this cost me, and for two microphones to go to one receiver, that's a pretty good deal.
What was the brand again?
It's called Hotech. It's HOTEC.
Okay.
And yeah, it says wireless headset and lavalier microphone. But there's two microphone options for each one of the headsets.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
Now you did say that you get a little bit of like a fuzz to it, and if you're in editing, like a lot of times you can fix that, and generally in hardware you'll get something like that.
Exactly.
So, but other than that, like I mean, for $80, like that looks like, you know, as long as you get a nice enough source close to the person, that you get the best quality. There's a reason we're all like right up on our mics if you're watching us on video, right? Because that's, you know, it's going to be the cleanest thing. Don't get as much of the air around us or anything like that. I can adjust to that and make it more you know, a little less sensitive to things, so you get just the important audio, right? So
Yeah, and with the lavalier mic, you're not going to get as good of audio as like you're talking about with the microphone right here. But when you're recording like a documentary, it kind of looks awkward if someone's holding a microphone sometimes.
Yeah, you want to hide that. And if it's just you're like, I can't do a boom mic. Trust me, I did a 3-camera shoot with a boom mic a couple weeks ago for the first time. I'm like, wow, let's not do that often.
Yeah.
That's the reason why that's usually a person's job.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the connection? So you're plugging it into the Zoom, right?
Yep.
And what is that connection that hooks into there? Because I know they take several.
It's just a 1/4 inch. So the Zoom can go XLR or 1/4 inch, and this one's just a 1/4 inch. You just plug it in right in the back, and if you just set your Zoom up to mono, it'll go to both ears.
And I suppose if you had an adapter, you could use that on something with a headphone jack, like if you had an adapter for an iPhone.
They actually come with that. That's
really?
That's a nice thing. Yeah, it does. It comes right with the headphone jack, so you just plug this right in. And that goes right into your headphone jack.
So if you have a phone with headphone jack capabilities, it could very well
be
used
dongle
for that, or dongle.
Yeah.
We literally had somebody that couldn't be on the show
I
because
know.
they couldn't find their dongle tonight. So we won't disclose the person with the dongle problem this evening. We won't dongle shame you, okay?
No dongle shaming.
No dongle shaming on this show.
But if that person had their dongle, they would be able to plug this right into it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So that's good. That's a nice
for $80.
For $80, you can't beat that.
No.
And it sounds like the quality's pretty decent. I mean, just the lavalier microphones I get are a pair for $100, like the MXL ones.
Yeah. Well, again, and eventually I would like to get better quality, but I had to buy a camera too that was pretty pricey.
Yeah, you got like a
that.
4K Sony camera or something, right? So
it's Panasonic, but it's
Panasonic.
same.
That's right. So and I wonder if that is because if you have that and some of those cameras like in that let's say $800 to $1,500 range, like they don't have inputs. Maybe they have a microphone, like a headphone jack microphone input, and I wonder if that would be compatible with that then. That adapter,
I think it would be, yeah. So, but what I would prefer to do though is I would still prefer to run it through the Zoom because I can actually I can hook the Zoom up on top of the camera and then run everything through. That way I can get a second record on it as well.
And we're talking about like the Zoom, I think you have an H6N, is that right? And the H4N.
I have the H4N. That's right.
We have H4N here right in front of me in the studio. I don't want to pick it up because I don't want to mess up the recording. This is like our backup recording to the video.
Well, what's great about it too is the camera itself has Zoom technology in its microphone, so it doesn't have a bad microphone on it either. And I mean, that was a lower end. It was around $1,000 for that camera, so it is 4K, but it's not Sorgatron Media Studio 4K. But still, if you look at the videos, it's a good quality, and I think it suits our needs.
Awesome. So check it out. That's the Hotech. We'll have the link in the show notes, of course. The Hotech wireless headset lavalier microphone. So for you guys looking to do interviews out there. Well, the big news this week. My awesome thing, I'm going to play with it a little bit doing graphics and stuff probably this week. I think we have everything hooked up. There it goes. Photoshop Arise on the iPad. This isn't like Photoshop Express or anything. It's being labeled, and it's a little bit of a misnomer, I think, where we say, oh, it's full Photoshop. It is not. I mean, it is not entirely full Photoshop. I want to pull up. This is one of the Photoshop files, and I threw it in the Apple Cloud, or I'm sorry, the Creative Cloud, and threw it in here. And this is one of the show graphics like we do for this show. This is one for Wrestling Mayhem show, and it's pretty intuitive. You got your basic tools on the left. I haven't played much with like Magic Wand or anything like that. It does work with the Apple Pencil. We don't have one, but it's very
worth getting.
What's that? The Apple Pencil?
Yes.
Yeah, but we are also not like drawing things with things or anything like that.
Worth getting.
But it's pretty nice and with the multi-touch, because they changed something with a Photoshop, and like my positioning is all weird when I went to do graphics last week. So you can get in here, and it looks like we have a lot of the blending options and stuff in here. I'm sure this is more aimed at still like I'm editing photos probably. But still, like, that's a lot of capabilities. And for me, as I've probably discussed in the past, like I was talking to you, Brian, beforehand, I'm looking for more and more options that I can just bring my iPad to do more stuff. And that opens up, hey, we need to do this quick graphic for, fix a poster for a show, right? Hey, somebody misspelled McKeesport or something, right? And we want to fix that.
That's never happened.
I mean, who misspells McKeesport? But anyways, you can do stuff like that. You can, if you have something like we have this format for the graphics, I can okay, just pull this in off the cloud, put the new graphic in, boom, 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 put the podcast up. Like you can create a workflow with this. That if you're on the road, I don't have to bring the expensive MacBook with me.
Yeah.
I'm bringing the also expensive iPad, but still, it's like easier. It's less to bring.
Well, I'm glad that they're working with a mouse because that's my thing. No matter what they do,
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
never be able to use an iPad.
And I'm not sure
without
how
the
this works
mouse.
with the mouse. I haven't used the mouse on
Yeah.
an iPad or anything, but of course, it is there under the accessibility.
Yeah, because that's something that really I think is to me. I don't know how they were able to claim to have a professional tablet without mouse compatibility.
Right.
But I know, just like me myself, like I can't edit. I know there's video editing options on here and audio editing on the iPad, but I can't do it without a mouse. I just one of those people. My mind. It's I don't know if it's a mind thing. Your mind thinks differently using the mouse, or it's kind of like when you hand write something, you remember it better than if you just hear it. I don't know if it's that type of a thing where my mind just doesn't work the right
Yeah,
way, but without
yeah.
a mouse, I just can't.
I get that. Yeah, I can get how people can get hung up with that. Now, the next thing for me is give me Final Cut.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Final Cut capabilities on the iPad. I'm not going to edit a 3-hour wrestling show with a 3-camera edit, I'm sure, but like something like, for instance, one of my clients, we did a 5-day shoot. The 6th day was a live streamed event, award ceremony, and I had to have a highlight reel for that event of the previous 5 days. Found out that the people before me had a team of 2 or 3 people doing it, and it was just me.
Oh wow.
So it was a lot of nights in the hotel room pulling things together, doing a little bit of the day, a little bit of the day, last day clean everything up, right? So thankfully it was a very slow moving auto drive competition. So really there wasn't a ton like there would be some of the other ones, but still, like, to be like, hey, I can bring that in, pull out my iPad. I'm trying to figure out throwing SD cards in, and that doesn't work with formats. We were talking about MTS files beforehand and my issues with Final Cut. But it's getting there, right? Like, we can do that. We can throw photos in, and we can throw a GoPro card in it, and I can shoot with the GoPro, throw it in. I believe, if I understand the formats right, I should be able to throw that card into the adapter I got. Which I have a funny story about the adapter I got too that I need to get to at some point. And pull that in and work on it. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. And creates a more possibilities, I feel, for workflow. Especially when you're on the road.
I agree. I'm excited about it. The other day I had a little video that I had recorded just on my cell phone, and it was about this little church. It was a church maybe the height of this couch, and it was a model of a church, and it was so detailed. The altar was there with even the cross in the middle and all the pews inside of it. It was great, and it was like I had to pull out go out into my desktop and edit it. And it was, if I could just do that on the iPad with a professional product, that would be great. So yeah, all of this stuff integrating with the iPad is wonderful.
They're not ending with Photoshop. They also announced all I'm not a designer enough to be using all this, but these features, but the font packages with Creative Cloud are now also available on iOS devices through Creative Cloud apps. Also, they did preview the Illustrator app for iPad, and that's going to be a big deal, getting into Illustrator with the pencil and everything, right?
They also previewed some kind of AR development where it looked like you could do it right on the iPad and kind of build your own AR.
What, on the iPad?
Yeah.
Okay, that I'm going to have to dig into.
Super cool. Like, they had a very, like, have you ever seen those animations where it's like a bunch of animated balls that kind of flow together and float around and whatnot, like in kind of like a
I thought,
DNA helix? Like, it was like kind of like that, where you were going to be able to build these AR things, but it looked like it was right on the iPad.
Oh wow!
So it looked really cool.
I mean, I'm always interested. Like, I don't need to, but I'm interested in, like, what can we boil down to that, right? Can we get to the point where I don't need to drop $3,000 on my next laptop to be able to do the workflow that I need to do? Like, that's the big thing. For me, and
you'll just need the next iPad, like Super Pro.
Yeah, it'll be a $1,500 iPad by the time we get to it, probably. But
that is exciting, because that's a good point. Because I tried to edit that video on my my computer,
Yeah,
my
you talked about
laptop,
it,
and
yeah.
it wouldn't
Yeah.
work. It said the
And
resolution wasn't good enough.
Yeah, you kind of have a what is that, like maybe a 13-inch Dell that you
Yeah,
have there?
it's an Inspiron. It's got like it flips around. It's a newer computer. It's not that old, but it just doesn't have the specs.
Well,
needed.
it's not built for that. It's probably built
Yeah.
for someone that's typing, drawing, maybe, right? So for something like that. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see what's going on with that. Yeah, we have that problem. We have some people, a few people we work with, where like, I want to edit video, but the laptop I have, because it's what I can afford, and I'm not a video professional, but I'm trying to get there. Like, getting over that hump is very hard right now, it seems, for a lot of general people, I think, to get into that and have the hardware. So hey, we know our hardware seems to get old quicker and quicker when we're with this kind of work, and we're hardly getting into 4K stuff yet, because it's just the need hasn't been there for our client base. So
Yeah.
Anyways, Chilla. I almost started talking about pizza. Chilla, what is your awesome thing?
Pizza? It's still my turn.
You know what's awesome? Pizza is awesome, but also Chilla has an awesome thing that is probably not edible.
It is definitely not editable. So Microsoft Ignite is this week, and one of the things that they announced was a rewrite to the mobile apps. So they're coming out with a new Office app for mobile.
Okay.
So if you're familiar with Word, Excel, and PowerPoint and how you can get them on mobile, this is an all-in-one version of that, where Word, Excel, and PowerPoint will all be in one application.
Oh.
I'd urge you, if you can, to play the video.
I am.
And in that video, what it actually shows is like they're adding a bunch of extra feature functionality of what they find useful out of the mobile app. So you'll be able to do things like sign PDFs. You'll be able to take a picture of a table, like on any kind of chart or whatnot, and automatically import that table into Excel.
Anything that makes PDFs easier, because that's the thing that seems to always get hung up with us.
You'll be able to scan documents with the camera and add the text right into Word. I thought it was an interesting concept. Also, it prevents you from having to constantly flip back and forth between apps. If you're using all three, right, you're just in the single application. Hopefully they can execute this as well as it looks in the video, because it looks pretty darn cool. And then obviously you can share any of those docs with OneDrive and whatnot. The preview is available on Google Play for the Office preview for Android, and if you're an iOS user, they have a test flight link. I was not able to sign up. Oh wow, it gave me an entire. I was not able to sign up because all of the test flights were in use, but maybe it'll come to bear. I don't know. And this is interesting because it looks like there may even be an Apple TV version of this. Huh.
An Apple TV version of Office?
Wouldn't that be interesting though? Think about
Well,
it.
I guess maybe it's throw your slides up on the Apple TV, right? Is that what we're talking about? Or
yeah. Or could I bring Word onto my...
Huh.
Yeah, this is tvOS app. Apple TV with tvOS 9 or later.
Wow.
I don't know. We'll see, because this is also a Thai site.
Oh, we'll see how that goes.
I definitely like that idea, though. I like that concept of them working together.
We've played with that idea before. I feel like it was something else where it's like, what if I could just like pull up my keyboard and Office goes up on Apple TV? Though we thought about that with the Xbox.
I thought about that, right? Yeah, with the Xbox.
Yeah,
why wouldn't they just bring it over?
Yeah,
there?
why doesn't Office just pull up on there? I can already sync a keyboard to my Xbox, because with the Internet Explorer and other applications on there, right? Or if you just want to game that way. With a mouse and keyboard. So why not just be like, hey, and you can load a document and start working on it. You have a computer.
Honestly, some people wouldn't need a computer at that point, because a lot of people, that's all they need is to be able to type a few documents and send it out. I
got my Xbox at my desk where I play my video games, because I got a comfy chair and stuff, but also I want to do my homework.
Yeah.
And that's all you need. I mean, they're already doing deals with college students for Xbox that helps the install base. If that's like, I have my laptop to do this, and then this is my sit down at the desk version.
Yeah.
That'd be a great thing.
That makes sense.
And deploy them as educational devices, and, there you go. All right. Well, hey, you know what is awesome? As I teased here a moment ago, our friends at Slice on Broadway supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza for many of those near 10 years we've been doing the Awesome Cast. Right up the street here in the Beachview neighborhood, the wonderful fall day in Beachview. I love driving up the tracks and along the streetcars and picking up our pizza and talking wrestling with our friends up there here in Beachview, Carnegie, PA, East End, and PNC Park, home of the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are in hibernation for the winter. So I think they went into hibernation early. I think, as usual. So go check out our friends sliceonbroadway.com and go check them out. Please let them know that the Awesome Cast sent you. Tweets are appreciated as well. So thanks to those guys. So let's get into the local focus. Hey, what is more local than what Brian Crawford is doing right now? He has a wonderful project that is kicking off. We mentioned the party coming up here, pghmuseums.org. And Brian, so what the heck is this thing?
It's a lot of things. It's really a 3-part project. It's a directory, it's a media site, and it's membership. The directory I'm really excited about because this doesn't exist. I was doing a podcast before called The Culture Cruise where we went to small museums. We were trying to shed some light on them and get them some interest. And people would always ask me, where can I find a list of museums? And I was always like, ooh, I don't know. Doesn't exist. So I thought, why don't we create that list?
You got asked that enough times, right?
I did, actually. Believe it or not, a lot of people want to know. People want this information because all they hear about are the same museums, or there's also a top 10 list that goes around and then everybody steals and plagiarizes that top 10 list and releases it as their own to try to get clickbait. But nobody actually has a comprehensive list. So we created it, and we have a listing of more than 400 museums, galleries, and historic places across southwestern Pennsylvania. And it's a really, 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 really great, easy to use site. We hired this company. I think they're called Sidekick Media Services.
What?
Yeah.
I should have placed this with a different ad.
Sidekick Media Services. I wanted to go with the best people in the business, so I decided to work with Sidekick, which is obviously affiliated with you guys here at Sorgatron Media. And what's great about the directory and the website is everything's searchable. So you could just search Allegheny County, and everything in Allegheny County will come up. You could search house, you can search like a house tour, and anything that says house tour on it will come up. You can search Carnegie, and everything related to anything Carnegie, whether it be a Carnegie Library or a Carnegie Museum, it'll come up in the search engine. Also with that directory, it has a map, and that it's really exciting. We have this interactive map with all of the listings on this map, and you can navigate to them, and it'll show you the museums that are right around your location, the actual physical address, everything right there. So that's the directory element. The other part is the blog. If you show the homepage there, you'll see that there's a lot of different blog posts. Most of them are press releases. So we're going to be having all sorts of media right there. Everything that we post will go to that blog.
So I don't know if I know how to get to the home. We're in a preview mode right now for the site.
phmuseums.org.
We're giving you guys a sneak preview.
This is a sneak preview.
We got the backdoor access here. So
pghmuseums.org/home. That's how you can get to the preview. And on there on the main page, you'll see the blog going down the middle. Now everything will go to the blog, whether it's a press release, whether it's an event, whether it's an original blog piece, because we're going to have our own original content as well. We'll also have artist interviews, which will come out every other week. And we'll also be doing mini documentaries that take you behind the scenes of a lot of these places. But everything will populate to that main blog site right there. So that's the media element to it. The third part is membership. And those documentaries, those videos will actually be behind the paywall for members only for the most part. And the documentaries, like I said, they're going to be behind the scenes and things like that. But your membership will include more than just that content. That content will come out every once in a blue moon. What's really the core of the membership is you'll get an actual membership card. And that membership card will get you discounts at museums all across the region. Some will give you discounts to admission. Some will give you discounts to services. I know Panza Gallery is giving a discount on framing, for example. Gallery Chiz is giving you a discount on certain types of paintings. So you get a lot for just $20, which is what the card costs, and it gets you're a member of all of these different museums through it. which is really cool. So it's a really innovative and new modern way to look at finding these museums. I think one of the biggest problems that museums have is there's no outlet, there's no modern day yellow book to find them, because people our age, they're not going to the yellow book, they're looking online. And I was in Tampa recently, and half of the businesses were not on Google, and I couldn't find them.
Wow.
And I feel like that's a problem with the museums. If there's this one directory that people can go to that's modern and fresh, I think that the museums will see more traffic from this. I'm hoping so. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a great project. And the party coming up on the 9th, it's 6 to 9 p.m. at Threadbare Cider in Mead. That'll be the official launch of the website. And it's $25. You get 2 drinks from Threadbare, which is they have incredible drinks. So you're getting really high quality drinks. There's going to be some pizza available. There will be live music from Tim Vitullo. There will be 2 live painters, Nikki Bacon and Mike Zickafus, who are both fantastic. The Carnegie Museum of Natural History will be there with an actual museum that you can explore on site. And, as if that wasn't enough, it'll be hosted by the esteemed and prestigious, myth-breaking Professor Buzzkill.
Wait, the Professor
The
Buzzkill?
Professor Buzzkill. He will be on site. He'll be emceeing the event. And, if that wasn't enough, the first 60 ticket buyers will take home their own fossil. And, if that wasn't enough, if you buy your ticket tonight, by the end of the night, you will be in the running to win a gift basket from Vonka Murals, which is worth $150, and that includes a private tour for 8 people into the murals, which is incredible, among other things. And if you miss tonight's deadline, there's another basket that we'll be announcing tomorrow.
And we're talking tonight is Tuesday this week, and tomorrow's Wednesday. So if you're catching this on the early morning download, you got another chance.
Exactly. And if you miss all of that, if you don't pay by Friday, no extra gifts for you. You just get the fossil and all the other stuff. But I mean, that's a really good deal for $25.
No, absolutely.
You cannot beat that. And what's great about this project is it's bringing so many different aspects of Pittsburgh together. You've got technology with this website, because it's probably, well, I don't say probably, it is the most modern approach to looking at these museums in Pittsburgh, and it's the freshest approach. But you also bring in history, and you're bringing in art. It's all in one culture hub, and that is pghmuseums.org.
Awesome. Go check it out. Join them for the party. Sadly, I am priorly indisposed with work myself, or I'd love to be there. It sounds like it's a good time, and damn it, I want a fossil.
Can I offer you something else? Can I offer everybody here, both you, Sorg, and Chilla, a free membership to pghmuseums.org?
What?
I would definitely make use of that.
All right. You've got it. We'll have memberships for both of you guys, and I hope you enjoy.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So check out pghmuseums.org. Really cool project that's going on here. And definitely join them at the party. Let's keep it local for a minute, guys, shall we? First of all, I want to shout out to our friend Chachi. He is on his game journey still. 1,001 games to play before you die, and he's if you would check out in with him, he's actually doing his wrap up on Super Nintendo games. He's been digging into a lot of them. Super Mario RPG. I saw Donkey Kong Country 3. I think I only saw Donkey Kong Country 3. That seems weird to me, because I Donkey Kong Country was like one of my favorite games. It kind of changed it for me on the Super Nintendo, right? So go check that out, thegamejourney.com. Check out what Chachi's up to over there. Also in the local focus, there was some Port Authority news that did not include a bus going into the ground. Although there's some great costumes around Halloween, am I right? So, like, whoever was on the south side with the sinkhole bus costume that was just walking around and sitting there, was just amazing. So I love this. The story is like a weird kind of mixed. Like, what are you going to get excited about? Hey, we're going to get 59 new clean diesel, this is in quotes, buses. But hey, they're going to be equipped with outlets for phone charging, guys.
So here's a question for you. So the T runs on electricity.
You're like, where's
it's
my plug?
Practically plugged in. Where's my plug?
Where's your plug? I knew this was coming too. You're like, wait, I wanted to see where's my plug? Where's my plug parade? Yeah.
Yeah.
The next round of new.
I think it's more like no.
No,
you're not getting one.
I think they can spare the electricity, right?
At least you have the tea.
That's very true.
That is true. No. Everybody else has buses. They're stuck with buses. We can at least give them chargers. And
Can I get a bus that comes around more than once an hour?
yeah. But at least you can charge your phone while you've been sitting there playing Dr. Mario World, waiting for it, right?
That is actually important because my phone's died since I've been scrolling on it waiting for the bus to come.
Yeah. You keep checking the transit app, like, where is the bus? And
Yeah.
it's hitting your GPS and just draining the battery, right?
That's right.
So there you go. It all comes together. So some forward thinking, at least a little bit, from our friends at the Port Authority when they're not craning their buses out of holes. Also, from the AwesomeCast Facebook group, what we were talking about, though, this 2 items of TV news. First, the bad news. Did we talk about PlayStation Vue last week? Did that come out
heard
since?
about this.
I don't think that.
It was afterwards, right? Sony PlayStation Vue, Riz, our friend Riz plays games on the Twitch. Go follow him, watch him. He plays games, not well, but he plays them. He tries. It's in his. That's basically his tagline. I'm not good at video games, but I'm here. But yeah, the Sony killed the PlayStation Vue. It's it's continuing, I believe, at the beginning of the year. So they're rolling out of it. I mean, for the company that did not get bit by the entertainment bug that Xbox did, that did not do well with them at first. And the PlayStation Vue was a full, probably comparable to YouTube TV and things like that. I don't know. I thought more people used it because podcasts I listen to, they use them. And now they're like, yep, now I'm swimming from new options. Thankfully, there's plenty out there, but still, that's kind of an inconvenient deal there. So they're just folding it up.
And that had like live TV and other.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Apple didn't
Just
buy
snap that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, Apple is rolling out their Apple TV Plus. Sorry. We had some notes from our friend Amanda over at Bold Pittsburgh, boldpgh.com. So the Apple TV Plus launched yesterday. She says, I think it was officially a couple of days ago. This is on Friday. I think it launched. I've watched 10 minutes of a show. By the way,
I thought it was Monday.
Was it Monday? I thought it was the first.
Oh, maybe it was the first.
I could be wrong.
Wait a minute. Did I? No, you're right. It was the first. I was trying to think when I got the notification that, hey, I was eligible for the first year free.
Yeah. And by
And
the
it was
way,
the first.
it works on a family plan. Rolled my mom up into our family plan because she wanted to play some of those arcade games. She bought an iPhone XR like 2 weeks ago. It came right up, said, hey, get your free year. And it didn't when I first put it in. And I plugged it in and sent her a link to her Snoopy show because she loves the Peanuts. So took her to see the CG Peanuts movie years ago. So, but anyways, she said launched yesterday, so I decided to watch a few shows. Says Amanda. Was honestly skeptical. Some of the topics were controversial and not what I want from TV. However, everything is beautifully made. Every shot looks like a movie, and the film quality is not that of TV. I watched all 3 episodes of the morning show and wanted more, and moved on to C. That's the Jason Momoa show, where I think everybody is blind, post-apocalyptic, and then like there's a sight baby and they're hunted or something.
Yep. That's the one I want to.
Yeah, that's interesting. For All Mankind is one I'm interested in, and intends to get to Snoopy as well. So Snoopy is. They said I think all the episodes of Snoopy amount to about 36 minutes. So it's a quick watch. It's space. It's educational. It's Peanuts. If you like Peanuts, you're probably gonna like it. So no, it's there. And it's $5, or many of us are going to find a way to watch the first year for free. And the general kind of thing is, cool, I have it.
See,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say my thing is there's only so much you can get, and it's getting challenging because before you had Netflix, and then you had Netflix and Hulu, and that was great. But now it's like Netflix and
Disney
Hulu
Plus
and
this
Disney
month,
Plus and
HBO,
Apple
HBO
and
Max
HBO
next year,
and Peacock coming out.
That might be ad supported.
Yeah,
That might be free.
you might not
Oh,
even
that might
pay
be
for
free.
it,
Okay,
so
so
makes
that
it
would be a
easier.
little bit better.
So the other interesting thing is if you're anywhere near the Apple ecosystem, or you're at a minimum interested in even Apple TV Plus, you could go out and get a rather cheap Apple TV
and have it.
and have it for free.
Oh, really? It's
Yeah.
for free with an Apple
So
TV.
if you buy a iPad, iPhone, or Apple TV
And have within the past 2 months
and have since September,
since September.
Okay.
Yeah.
then you get a year free.
Oh, okay.
And you start the year when you go into the TV app
And hit the button.
and hit the button.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably going to carry forward into 2020.
You think so?
I think so.
You think like when you buy that next iPhone, you're going to get a year free?
I don't know if it's going to go that long, but I
Okay.
think we're going to at least see this offer through like June.
Okay.
And it wouldn't surprise me if we see it longer.
I'm looking forward. I say looking forward, expecting them to do, because now I got a year free, but after the year, I got $5 for this. I got $5 for Apple Arcade. Where's my $10 or $15 that rolls in like News Plus in my iCloud? You know, or $20 or something like that. You know, can I drop $200 a year and just get all that stuff? Right.
So I got to punch back. I'm being made fun of in the chat.
Uh-oh.
It's Bob Cherry going after me because I was complaining about so many streaming services. He says he's throwing a back in my day quote. I'm not complaining that streaming is successful. I'm glad streaming is successful. My point is I can't keep up with all of them. Like it's gotten to the point people started pirating because it was impossible to get everything and it was too expensive.
Now it's super possible.
You're getting nickel and dimed for every other channel.
That's what it is.
And that's where with the CBS All Access and Star Trek Discovery, I'm not about to drop $10 a month because I only want to watch Star Trek. Like literally, I've looked through.
Exactly.
I don't care about anything
There's
except
nothing
for
else.
new Star Trek on there, and it hasn't been compelling enough for me to do that. So what did I do? I got the DVDs from the library of season 1 of Discovery, and season 2 we did a week free trial. And and then I'll probably just wait till the seasons of Picard and season 3 of Discovery are done, because they're weekly releases to keep you paying the $10.
Yeah.
And it's like nothing. I don't give a shit about Big Bang Theory. I don't care about that. I don't care about
Exactly.
Young Sheldon. I don't care about The Good Fight. I don't, or I don't know, Roseanne or whatever the hell else they have on there. Like,
and that's kind of my point. It's like you can't keep up with all of it, and I think people are going to go back to pirating again because it's
no. I think the version of pirating is okay. How can I get another free trial? How can I share a password for my friend? Hey, you pay for Hulu, I'll pay for Netflix. Hey, mom, what do you got on Xfinity? Yeah, like this deal making is happening.
That's
right?
what I'm seeing with a lot of people I know and a lot of families.
That's kind of the new piracy.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's still harder to go pirate, but it's just a little bit of sharing, and it still creates customers.
Because I got to say, I was a pioneer in cutting the cord. I cut the cord before anyone else. I had an Apple TV, a Roku, and a let's wait for it. Boxy. Did you ever hear of a Boxy?
Boxy!
I had a
Boxy.
Boxy. Yeah.
They actually had a Boxy box, and the box was like a weird shape. It was a box,
It
but it
was
was
cool.
like melted into your thing.
Well, that was their whole point. They said it was like a conversation piece because it was like on its side.
It's on its side.
Yes,
Yeah,
and the conversation is, what the hell is that by your TV?
Exactly, and it struck up a conversation. But that was kind of like my whole point. It's not so much that I'm against streaming. I'm not. I'm very pro streaming.
You say it's too much.
I just think there's too many options, and it's gotten
There's
to the
a
point
fatigue.
where, yeah, exactly. And it's like I've gone like I'm kind of done. I have Netflix and Hulu, and that's all I'm getting.
So I'm getting the problem of, I have my WWE, I have my Netflix that I outright pay for because there's enough on there, right?
Yeah.
Hulu, I want to drop in when Runaways comes back, and because it's season 3, because I like that, and they're supposed to get more Marvel stuff. So I'm interested to see what happens as this Disney merger kind of takes shape, and we see what's done on Disney Plus. But then there's like these incidental things I have, like Amazon Prime. I have HBO because of my plan on AT&T wireless. I'm going to have HBO Max because of my plan on AT&T wireless, because they're just going to update those apparently. We also have, there's another one that I'm not thinking about with Apple TV now, is an incidental.
What's the difference between HBO and HBO Max?
Yeah, good question. We tried to go over that last week, and it's still confusing. It's HBO, but not. It's HBO, but not things quite as compelling as Watchmen and Game of Thrones. It's HBO, but with a comedy from Mindy. Or an Adventure Time movie.
So it'll be
or something
different.
like
It'll
that.
be 100.
It is now
totally different than HBO.
Supposedly, it's basically folding in all the rest of Warner Media to the point where, from what I understand, content from Disney Online, I'm sorry, DC Online, DC Universe will be coming over. from what I'm understanding in conversations I'm listening to. So, like, it's going to be all those properties, except for Harry Potter, because NBC owns the rights to those apparently right now for distribution. That's why they're popping up on USA Network, right? So it's going to be like how Disney's like, hey, here's everything Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, Fox stuff, all in this package. It's going to be, hey, here's everything we own. Like, I don't know. You'll probably see Looney.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there is an original Looney Tunes based show coming into it. Like, they're going to hit all of those properties, your DC, Harry Potter, when that frees up, maybe they'll do original content for Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, stuff like that is going to, now Game of Thrones is going to be HBO, but there is a site and you can look through it. And again, we were kind of poking at that and we're like, I don't know, like it's kind of got stuff, but and it's $15, it's the same price as if you paid for HBO now.
Okay.
So like, it's kind of like, if you already are in the HBO bandwagon, why not? But also, if you're an AT&T customer, also very why not? Because they're practically going to give it to you if you have a higher.
That's how I get Hulu. I get it for free.
Yeah, I mean that's happening too. Spotify's and Hulu's, and like a lot of people are getting at least that first year, and then I guess we're kind of where the $70 for the triple play for the first year, and then we jack you up to $150, right?
Well, you had mentioned the Disney one, the Disney streaming service, and that's kind of a prime example of my point. Disney is now by far the majority owner of Hulu, so Disney's got two different streaming services.
But they're going to serve two different audiences, from what I understand.
I know, but I only want to pay for one of them.
Well, you can for $15 and include your ESPN as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Okay, so
there you go.
Disney is proving me wrong. Okay, thank you.
Disney has answered your question before you knew that was the question.
Yeah. That's good. Okay, I'm glad. So I'm okay with that then. I'd rather pay one price for more than one.
Yeah, and I don't know if the Hulu is going to be the commercial free one though. Like I think it's going to be.
I don't have that
one.
now, anyways.
So, yeah, there you go. Yeah. If you're cool with that, then so right now, what you're paying like $8 for that.
Well, I'm getting it for free because
you're getting it for free, but
I'm paying for it through my cell phone.
Right, but ideally you get you pay for the thing, you get the ESPN because I know you're into the sports and at least solves some of your sports issues, right?
No, not ESPN. They don't really play anything that I watch.
Okay,
but,
all right. But I mean, there's a nice core of people that will probably satisfy.
Oh yeah, a lot of people love ESPN.
Chili, you were gonna say?
I don't remember now.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. We gotta move on anyways. Hey guys, I understand there's a really cool company that has websites about museums. Called Psychic Media Services that we put this part of the show. But we do sporting events, we do music videos. Our friend Nick Iben, who if you guys check out the Sorgatron Media replay feed, we stick a lot of those music videos that we've done with him. We've done like 5 or 6 videos with him. Somebody in the wrestling world was like, hey, do you do music videos? And I sent a playlist from Nick, and they're like, you gotta be shitting me. I'm like, yeah, no, we did this. I don't know. I will see him in person because I don't think he believed me. So I'm like, no, this is the kind of stuff we do. From that, corporate clients, we can be the sidekick to your superhero project. What next big thing can we help you with? Maybe, not a website about museums. We already have that covered with Brian. But whatever that next big idea is, we can do that. Podcasting, video production, social media, websites. Check out a little bit of what we do over at PsychicMediaServices.com. All right, let's hit up. What do we want to? Hey, HBO Max. Speaking of which, it is a story that I put in here. Did I share this one? I guess I did share this one. My name's all over this one. So HBO Max will launch in May 2020. I guess they had the big announcement like probably last Wednesday. That's probably I'm kind of meshing in my head, right? It will have curated by humans content on there, which is, according to this, a dig at Netflix algorithms. What did I have to say about this? Don't see much to get excited about to drop $15 for, but of course, you're probably going to get it some other way. And I think, and not only AT&T Wireless, I believe they are also working on deals with cable providers and other things, like much like your Spotify, HBO, T-Mobile, Hulu, like you got for free kind of thing. Like you're gonna see those deals.
Yeah.
So once again, many people in May 2020 will get free HBO Max.
Wow.
That is going to happen. Much like much like what's happening with Apple right now, right? Let's see. Since we're on that topic, let me hit. Listen. From the company that gave you DirecTV, now turned into AT&T TV. which apparently I have my HBO through, and I keep forgetting about it. And I'm like, what the heck? Why do I have a login to AT&T TV? I don't remember paying for this. What the hell is happening? Do I need to call somebody? Oh, right. It's AT&T, and they really screw with names. Here's this easy-to-use flowchart. Oh, no, I hit the wrong thing. Hold on a second. Here it is. Easy-to-use flowchart.
I don't know.
Look at this. In 2020, you got HBO Max and AT&T TV Live is your initial bundle. But don't worry, it's going to move to an advertising-based expansion in 2021. And in the future, we'll have live, interactive, and special events. The future. In the future, the year 2000.
I still don't understand. So
they have Friends. That's all you need to know. Dudders will have it.
Lost them?
Yeah, they lost them. But they got Seinfeld, which means Hulu doesn't have Seinfeld.
So what? How is so what I get on HBO Go today will not be on HBO Max.
Well,
I'll have to get HBO
it'll
Max
also include HBO Go. It is HBO, but more stuff that you probably don't care about. is the more I look at this. Hold on, there's a website
right
here.
now, Hulu's the money for me because it just has all the old shows.
And whatever, like Netflix is like, I'm watching The Good Place on Netflix. I'm watching. I got Missy. How excited did I get? Overexcited. You were here when I saw there were new She-Ra episodes.
Yeah,
because I grew up on He-Man. So I will take the She-Ra until He-Man, Kevin Smith's He-Man reboot happens next year or whatever it is. Let's see. So if you go to the website, I don't know if it's clearer, but at least like nothing is like, hey, Steven Spielberg's going to come in and do amazing stories. Hey, Steve Carell's doing this morning show, like AT&T, or I'm sorry,
Apple.
God, they're all blending together
I
now.
know,
Like
that's
Apple
my
does.
point.
Or hey, there's going to be a new Game of Thrones people doing a show on HBO, right? There's like, this person's doing a show, and we'd like you to pay more for it. I don't know. So this is a site. If you go to HBOMax.com, you'll just go to the source. You go and you look at that lineup of properties. Hey, you'll have content from, we were just talking about this earlier, CNN, Cartoon Network, TBS, Adult Swim, DC, some things they're calling Max Originals, which is Cinemax included in this? Hey, True TV and TNT, there you go. But it's weird because you start going through and they're like, oh, hey, here's all the HBO stuff. And then I'm going to get my Rick and Morty and Friends and Doctor Who. They are going to have the recent Doctor Who's are going to be on here. I think that just came from somewhere else. Your Top Gears, like BBC content. Yep. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? Anybody?
Yeah, that's
Anybody?
good stuff. I like the Fresh Prince.
Does it hold up?
Does it hold up? I don't. Yeah, sure. But you're gonna get your Lord of the Rings Matrix, like the Warner Brothers catalog on there. Sesame Street. They're actually first run Sesame Street's moving to HBO Max. More Looney Tunes
Studio
stuff.
Ghibli, I see.
Studio Ghibli stuff. Adventure Time. There's gonna be 4 new movies, kind of like when they rebooted Futurama at first. So and Gossip Girl is coming over. Sure.
There you go.
Sure. So I mean, it's not quite as compelling, I feel. I mean, as Disney to as many people, but that could just be the circles I'm in. Also, like before wrestling came back to TNT about a month ago, I couldn't tell you one program on TNT in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I really couldn't. I have no idea.
Do they have?
Well, I don't know because I haven't had cable in at least
I haven't
10
had
years.
cable in 10 years, and even before that, once wrestling went off that channel, there was nothing for me to watch.
The only time I watch it is during the Stanley Cup playoffs when I used to have cable because
Yeah, and they have NBA on there too, don't they?
They probably do. They usually don't have NHL except for during the playoffs because they're just trying to like throw it on every rinky-dink channel that they owned.
Yeah.
Get them all on there.
Yeah, so it's going to be a conundrum, but you're probably going to have access to it anyways, I guess. So looking forward to one more thing to log into. Chilla, you threw me for a loop when you started talking about a G4, and you threw me back to 2003 when I was watching documentaries about Sonic the Hedgehog.
So if you want to see a new documentary about an
do.
old show,
Yay!
I highly, highly recommend going to follow at the Chris Gore on the Twitters. He is, if you remember, he was actually on the show. He ran the DVD release coverage on DV Doomsday.
That shows you what year that. How long ago was this?
Yep,
We had a DV Tuesday.
Yeah, and it was like so Attack of the Show debuted in March 2005 and was
Oof.
on the air until 2013.
Oh man, Olivia Munn before she was a mutant. I mean, when she was an X-Men, guys. Just to clarify.
Yes.
I don't. There's no other subtext there.
I mean, I watched this. This is what actually kind of got me into the concepts of podcasting and like a tech news show. Some people left this and went on to do.
And this was the screensavers when Tech TV was bought turned into Attack of the Show, and they ran out the Leo Laportes and everybody and hired these young fresh faces like Kevin Pereira. Well, Kevin Pereira came from G4, and Olivia Munn, and they started doing skits and weird stuff. But yeah.
But so I guess at different cons, people have been asking what actually happened to Attack of the Show and what happened to G4 TV.
I've heard many podcasts about this as well.
So they're
You
creating.
know how many books there are
I did not
about
know that.
Tech TV? Like
No.
people that worked either Tech TV or G4, and that like there's got to be at least 3 books, probably more of people that worked in production, people that were hosts, because most of them have been interviewed on This Week in Tech by now, and are friends of theirs, and so they've all kind of went over. But yeah, that's this is a big thing.
So they're creating. It's called Attack of the Doc, and it's going to be a documentary, and podcast, and movie that is going to be interviews with former writers, producers, executives, the people that work behind the scenes, and they're going to actually share the uncut audio from those interviews.
Ooh.
Via the podcast. You can donate as little as $1 to them, and you will get a digital thank you and the first episode of the Attack of the Doc podcast.
Nice. I think you get thanked on the first episode, if I read that right.
Oh, I didn't read it that way. A digital thank you along with access to the first episode.
It's exclusive access to the doc, because the other ones you get like the entire series of the podcast.
And if you get to like the $100 level, you get a shout out on the podcast. If you get to 125, there's going to be a release party. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. If they can get to 75,000 in backing, there'll be a San Diego Comic-Con screening. So I, as a former big fan of Attack of the Show, I'm backing this personally. Not all 150,000.
Now, if you're gonna give me a screensavers documentary, then I'm in.
Well, you should ask Leo. I'm sure he would.
I'm sure he has no interest. Well, he's already tried to acquire some of the old stuff, and he has been refused by NBC Universal, who just has it locked away in a vault. But that's okay, because a lot of people have their old VHS copies up on YouTube, and they haven't been taken down. So, and I think there might have been some because he said he reached out and he was like, well, can we get like the old episodes, and then we can just like run them like old classic episodes on the feed. Right, kind of like what we do with indie wrestling here. Like we'll play like old shows on our Twitch feed, right?
That was the news segment of Attack of the Show was the feed.
Yes, it was. I think it was its own show for a bit, wasn't it?
Was it?
I feel like it was.
Okay.
They like spun off and they did like a full news program or something. Maybe, I don't know. There were so many iterations over the years.
What do you think killed G4? Do you think it was the internet? Because
I thought it got bought.
It got bought,
And then they didn't do. It was going to be Esquire TV.
No, it was already well. It was already owned by NBC Universal, I believe. And then they bought Tech TV, buried the tech part of Tech TV, basically bought subscribers because these were not in every home. Like we did not have G4 on my DirecTV back home. When I moved here and got Comcast, I was like, oh wow, we have G4 because it's an NBC Universal property, of course.
Yeah.
And then they bought Tech TV to get into because I had Tech TV on the satellite, right? And now that expanded that out, but then they kind of muddled the brand of both, I feel. And then while you had Attack of the Show fans, I feel like the people that liked G4 and liked the tech kind of were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So
But I just wonder if those people would even go to cable nowadays. They're probably going to go online.
No. Yeah, it's online. It's I mean, as a concept, it's a precursor to your This Week in Tech. So Revision 3 was born out of this. CNET's. I mean, well, CNET was a precursor to this actually.
Or you could actually join in on Stickcam.
Stickcam.
So if you didn't get
the
their,
Netcam network on the screensavers.
yeah, if you didn't get their channel, you could join them on Stickcam.
Yep.
And
Okay.
watch
Imagine
online.
and
that's
even
cool.
and even before that, like imagine like 2004. Hey, I'm going to ask you a tech question about Pentium CPUs on my 2004 webcam at 320 by 240. Good luck live on television.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2019. We have problems here in the studio. Hell, CNN still can't get Skype right sometimes, right? Also, they're just using Skype. That still blows my mind too a little bit.
And not very well.
Yeah, well, WWE Skyped in Hulk Hogan from his beach shop in Clearwater, Florida, a couple of weeks ago, and it was just like, really, guys? This is what we're doing? It wasn't even like aimed right at him.
Oh, I know. You see that all the time. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It's like these mega companies will just let people like video call in with a cheap webcam, and I'm thinking, you've got all of this money, just send someone out.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you got that, and it's like, when I have something here in the studio, when we do something like say the Pittsburgh Current, and we can't get somebody's thing working, I was like, well, if CNN can't get it right,
Yeah.
you're worried about what they have on that end, right? And I don't think Hulk Hogan's an often webcam user, at least not in the sense that we would use on TV.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on, because we do have a few more stories. Oh, what time is it? Where are we at with this? It's past Chill's bedtime. I think we've hit up a lot of this. Actually, we've gone deep. We've done deep dives. We're all over the place. And because we're just still riled up over that Star Trek conversation.
I
on
know.
Patreon.
It was heated.
So, Brian Crawford, plug things.
This Saturday, you can't miss it. $25 pre-sale now. Now, do it today. Vote PGH Museums. PGHmuseums.org. It'll be a great party. Free music, or not free, but live music included in your ticket price. Live artists, a museum that you can actually tour and explore. And Professor Buzzkill will be there as well. So if you're a fan of his, you definitely don't want to miss the opportunity to meet the man himself in person.
Absolutely. The man, the myth, the unbusted myth.
Yes.
Sure.
You'll be taking names right
And
from with the
also-
microphone right there in front of you.
Chilla's getting a lot of conversation here in the chat room, actually.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
first
in the
of
chat
all,
room tonight.
First of all, Podner's saying this was after the screensaver ZDTV, Leo and Kate forever. For life.
Huh.
For life. Hey, that's why I still listen to This Week in Tech. It's the move, it's the next phase. Carmen says Chilla likes to say Esquire. Yes. And no, Chilla has a bedtime he has to charge. Chilla, where are you charging on the internet these days?
I am charging over at Chilla on the Twitter, John Chilla on the Facebook. I think it's Chilla Photo on the Instagram, and I think that's pretty much everywhere where you need to find me.
There you go. Well, I can't wait for him to. I don't know. I guess some museums allow photography, right?
Yeah, a lot of them
I'm
do,
not mistaken
actually.
there.
A lot of them do.
I just remember the Met being really not happy with that.
Which one?
The Met.
Met, where's that
The
at?
New York City. Met.
Okay.
No, the Met.
The Met, yes.
The Met. So I'm sure there's many Mets. But anyways, so thank you, everybody. Thank you, producer Missy, for not yelling at me too much during the show. And thank you, everybody in the chat room. My guys were hopping here tonight. Give a shout out to John Carmen that joined us on the show last year. It's Steve from over at Bold Pittsburgh Sports. They should have a new episode coming up here later this week. What's up, Bobby Cherry? We got to get you back in the studio again. And our friends from all across the country tuning in, Brandon, the Kansas City, and so much more. We'll be back on the streams over at Wrestling Mayhem Show. I don't know what's going to happen there. I think Riz Plays Games got confirmed with it during the show. So looking forward to that. And so much happening all around. Thank you, guys. You've been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. I feel like I forgot something on the outro. I really
On the site for the